think that tuning strings is a skill that every guitar player needs to know. Whatever level, you need to do it at least every 2 months for your guitar to sound bright and play better, especially if someone is practicing more than an hour a day, or if one is already doing gigs, which you'd have to do it pretty frequently. Okay, so what we have here is we have an old Ibanez AEG-10E. What we're going to do is we're going to restring it, clean it, put on new strings, 13 gauge, and make it sound nice. So basically the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to unwind all the strings right here, and we're going to basically clean the headstock. Alright, so basically we took all of the strings off the headstock, and what I'm going to be using now is I'm going to be using a solution. It's a Dunlop 65 and a nice clean rag, and I'm just going to spray a little bit on here and work out all of the grime and the dirt. Alright, now we're going to switch onto the bridge of the guitar, where we are going to be taking the strings out of the nuts. Okay, so basically we have these nuts on the bridge of the guitar. I've already loosened them up a little bit just so it's easier to take them out. But basically, you feel free to use a flathead screwdriver or something just to make them go out easier. Basically, all you're going to do is you're just going to take out each nut, and with each nut you're going to take out one string. Just throw it on the couch or something. Keep these things. You are going to need them. Okay, so I basically taken off all the strings off the guitar, and what we did to the headstock was the same thing that we're going to do to the body. Basically, we're just going to clean it off with some solution and a rag. Okay, so now we cleaned off the body of the guitar, and we're going to move on to the fretboard. So what we have here is we have a rosewood fretboard on my Ibanez, and we're just going to use a clean rag and some lemon oil. But warning, do not use lemon oil on maple necks. They do not work, they'll just make it a lot worse. There's a warning on the back that you could refer to if you don't believe me. But do not use these on maple necks. Alright, so basically we're just going to shake it up a little bit. Just make sure that it's all the contents of the bottom are in the middle. And we're just going to basically apply a small amount to every fret. And we're just basically going to wipe it off with a clean rag. Okay, now that we've finished cleaning the guitar, basically you could feel free to clean the sides, clean the back of the neck, clean the back of the, the head, clean the back of the body, do anything, but since I already did that, we're just gonna go straight to restring the guitar. Right here, we have some acoustic and electric 13 gauge strings. We're basically going to be putting them onto the guitar. These are for both acoustic and electric, but I do not know much people that use 13 gauges for electric unless you're playing like B standard or something like that. So let's get to it. Okay, so we move back to the body of the guitar. And remember how I told you to keep these because you're going to need them? Well, now's the time you're going to need them. Basically, you are going to grab a string from your set with the ball end. You're going to take one of these nuts or whatever you want to call them, and you're basically going to put them in the hole. And when they're in the hole, you just basically place the nut in and you squeeze it in there. Not too hard, remember, not to overdo it. And we're going to take this and we're going to string it onto the other side of the guitar. Straight is brass. So copper. Brass. Brass. Copper brass. Right. Like that. So we're gonna do it. Okay, so we basically place the strings into the nuts. Now we're going to move on to the headstock of the guitar, where we'll be pulling the strings in and then cutting them off if there's too much access. So we have the headstock of the guitar. We're just basically going to go from fattest to skinniest. Everybody has their differences. Everybody wants to go from skinniest to fattest. I just like to go fattiest to skinniest. I don't know why, it's just a preferable thing. So we're just going to basically grab the end of the guitar string, and we are going to position it and feed it through the hole where it is located. And we're just going to leave it just a little bit of slack, just so you have some extra lines. And you want to hear a cool trick? Bend it upwards. It always keeps it in place. Now we're going to take our handy dandy Dunlop tuner, and we're just basically going to do all the strings. Okay, so now that we got the new strings on, what we're going to use a string solution. I got 65 by Dunlop. It is a string cleaner and conditioner, and we're going to basically apply it onto the strings, and then we're going to wipe it off with the same clean rag that I wiped to wipe everything off. Shake it up a little bit, and then we're just going to basically run over every string. That was a pretty unpleasant sound. One more time. Alright. Basically now what we're going to do is that the strings are going to get out of tune every 2 minutes or so. So basically a good way to keep the strings in tune is just to keep playing it for like a good half an hour, I would say, like maybe 20 minutes or something like that. And basically tune it up every 2 minutes because it gets out of tune a lot, as you can hear. Thanks a lot for watching, and remember to click the like button to support me and my playing throughout the next couple of days.